tiptoe on trying my best, but when I tiptoe, I tripped over the sin I tried hiding under the rug. But you knew it never fooled you anyway. I would try to stretch out my spine with I'm sorries and I'm apologies, but I never let grace replace the broken vertebrae I tried to remove. And it always left me slouched over in self-loathing. I'd even try to get a running start and leap from all my own righteousness I tried to pile up on my own. But my heart is a black hole as best compared to your holiness. And with the weight of the world on my own shoulders, I can't help but fall every time I try to jump up and grab hold of you. I used to think worship was like trying to make you hear me. I tried to scream out these songs to you, but my own vocal cords kept me tied up from all the lies I was told about the sort of God you were. I tried to sing in tune, but I couldn't hear your harmony over the sound of all the misused truth about who I was in your eyes, until all I could do was whisper, I need you. But I never learned to listen for your response. I was told you used to speak to us a lot, but that you stopped shortly after we finished scribbling out the scriptures. I used to think worship was my way to work my way to you, even though you told me man's best attempts have always been left lacking. I used to think worship was our way to prove our worth to you. Like the louder I'd sing on Sunday, the closer you'd be on Monday, even if I ignored your existence the rest of the week. But that was never what worship was about. That was never what worship was for. It's never been about how I tried to reach for you. It's an admission of how I never could, not even close, and how I need you to reach for me and that you came through. It's the recognition of your relentlessness, that through all my reaching, failing, half-hearted repenting, you never stopped calling me further up and further into your love. That before your order for light to be was spoken, you knew I'd be born broken. Born breaking your heart, born constantly tearing myself apart from the seams. Possessed by this sin disease almost as old as mankind itself. But before the foundations of the world were laid, your lamb was slain. This plan was made when you knew I would be the biggest opposition in my own rescue operation. But you made it anyway. Knew that I'd run when you called me to Nineveh, but you called me anyway. Knew I'd misuse you to get what I thought I always wanted, but you still chased me down with your love and give me what I never knew I needed, a savior, a friend, a way to mend the way I relate to my creator, a way to reach the only source of your love that makes me whole, your joy that makes me strong, your peace that leaves me speechless, a way to you. And of course I cut the only thread of hope that kept me connected to you. You lowered another crimson cord to lift me up from the miry clay. Raised me from the dead for my good and your glory. Wrote me into your story of redemption and your book of life. Worship is a confession of how broken I am, coupled with a celebration of how holy you are, paired with praises of how you've never left me alone. You love me as I am, but love me way too much to leave me that way. I lift my hands to you, so my lungs will remember where they get their breath from. I will dance for you, to remind my mind it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of me when the King has called you beloved child. I sing at the top of my lungs for you, not just about or for, but right to you, because when the veil was torn, you gave me a soup can telephone with a direct silver lining to your throne. I listen when you remind me you love me like the sunrise loves the morning. I reply, I thank you. I need you. I love you too. Worship was never work. The hard part is turning my heart back towards you to see you, and then let it go and explode on with its own gratitude. It hardly needs a requirement when worship is the natural response to when we see something beautiful. And all it takes is one taste and I see that you are good. All it takes is one word and I know you're true. All it took was one son, murdered on a cross, buried but then rose. And I know that you love me through and through. And that surely you have the power to make all things new, so I worship you. Even when my soul doesn't know it yet, I sing out the truth of how you conquered death. I worship you. Lean back and let you realign me with the reality of who you say I am. I worship you. For there is no one like you, no one beside you, no way to hide you or hold back your plans from me. I worship you because you're beautiful, holy, righteous, slow to anger, and full mercy, quick to forgive and forever my Savior. You are the great reward and joy forevermore. You are the hope of the world and the hope of my heart to be made pure and whole. Oh God, you are my God. Earnestly I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh faints for you as in a dry and weary land where there is no water. So I have looked upon you in this sanctuary, beholding your power and glory. Because your steadfast love is better than life, my lips will praise you. So I will bless you as long as I live. In your name I will lift up my hands. I will sing to you. I will sing to you. I will sing to you alone.